In today's video, we are going to be creating a Jotter by putting together pictures, some background, and blend it all up to come out with a very creative Jotter in CorelDraw 2021. Without further ado, let's step into it. So right now, here are the pictures that we are going to use. This is the background that we are working on. So right now, let's step on it. So let's go over and change the drawing page to A5. Then you go ahead to your rectangle tool, click on that, then you create an object on top of the drawing board. It has to be within the range of the A5. Then you fill it in just like so. So right now what you're gonna do is to go ahead and just make the background magenta cyan. Then you go ahead and just apply gradient effects with the help of interactive fill tool, just like so. So let's lighten the down part of the design. So let's go ahead and double click right here, then you go ahead and change this to blue, or better still, let's leave that as blue. Then you go ahead and change the upper side to a darker color, just like so. Good. So right now let's bring this down a little bit. Then let's go ahead and just make a copy of this background. So what we are going to be doing right now is to blend the parts, this down part, with the help of transparency tool. Blend that all up. So after that, convert to bitmap. So let's go ahead and make it grayscale. So after all of that, or better still, let's go ahead, let's leave it as this, convert to bitmap. Let's change it to RGB. It's okay. So right now what we are going to do is to go ahead all over to transparency tool again, then you go ahead to this place and change the blending mode to screen. That takes you here. So right now let's go ahead and just make that bigger. Let's try and position the Powerclip, the pattern into it, then hold Alt key, select the pattern, try and adjust it to fit in to your taste. Make it bigger a little bit, position it so well. Good. Let's leave it as that. Then let's Powerclip the picture into place. So adjust that downward. Good. Make it a bit smaller. So right now what we are going to do is to bring in the text. So change it to white. So right now what you're gonna do, let's go head over and to change it to Futurati. Then you go ahead and let's just range this side of the text. Then you hit Ctrl X to cut it up, then Ctrl V to paste. So right now what we are going to do is to go ahead and just hit Ctrl K. Then let's make this a bit bigger. Let's position that at the center. Then let's go ahead and just change the font to this. Then let's right click to take in the outline. So right now let's go ahead and change the top one to this font. So right now what you're gonna do is to go ahead to your shape tool, increase the tracking just like so. Then you go ahead and just center it within the object. Good. So right now what you're gonna do next is to go ahead and lay emphasis on this fonts. Let's position the name of the picture of the woman downward. So let's go ahead and just hit Ctrl K to break it into pieces. So we are laying emphasis on the ledger. So let's position this downward, change it to black. So right now what we're going to do is to hit Ctrl K to break that into pieces. Then you go ahead and just make this a bit bigger. So right now let's go ahead and change it to check. Good. So right now what we are going to do, or better still, let's just make it a bolder font, just like so. Then you go ahead and just reduce the tracking, just like so, make it a bit bigger. Then let's go ahead and just work on the name of the woman. So what we are going to do now is to go ahead and apply gradient effect with the help of what's going to add to fill tool. Double click to add a node. Then let's change that out to blue, position that out to the middle, just like so. Good. So right now right click on white to set the outline to white, then you hit on F12 to a dialog box pops up, then you change the outline to 3. It's okay. Go by again, check on scale behind, it's okay. So right now what we're going to do is to go ahead, make a copy, center it within the previous one, then you go ahead and select the down one, just like so. Right click to set the outline to blue, then you hit on F12, change the thickness to 17. It's okay. Good. Can you see the outcome of that? So we are getting there. So let's go over and apply shadow to the top one. Apply shadow, then you go ahead and make it 90. Let's make this 6. Good. Can you see that? So let's go ahead and make it 100. It's okay. Then you go ahead, let's make the shadow darker color. Good. Can you see that? So go back to object, locate, break the shadow apart, automatically breaks, then you group it all up. So what you're gonna do next is to go ahead, let's just go ahead and just go ahead to object, then locate convert outline to object. That takes you there. So what we are going to do now is to just give this a gradient effect. Then let's go ahead and change the upper side to darker color. Good. It's okay. So right now let's position this to the middle. Position it so well. Good. So let's go over and just make this bolder. Then you bold this as well. Make it bigger a bit. Then you go ahead to reduce the tracking, just like so. Likewise this as well, reduce the tracking. Then you position this just like so. Reduce that. Good. Make this a bit bigger. Good. Then let's go ahead and just apply gradient effect, shadow effect to this. So go ahead and make the shadow a bit darker, 90. Go ahead to change the shadow to a darker color. Good. So let's go ahead to object, locate, break drop shadow apart, automatically breaks, then you group it all up again. Good. So what we're going to do now is to go ahead and just make the darker side of the background a bit downward. Good. So let's go ahead and create this, the year and all of that. So let's go ahead and create an object on top of this place. So make it a darker color, then let's give it a gradient effect, change it to that color, blue. Then you right click to convert to curve, double click, then you pull this angle upward, make a copy, click, set the outline to white, then let's reduce it a bit, center it within the previous one, make it a bit smaller, then you go ahead and Powerclip that into place, position it so well, good. So send to back, control page down your keyboard, that takes you here, good. Good. So right now let's bring in the year, bold that all up, change it to white, then hit Ctrl K to break that into pieces, make the 90 a bit bigger, then reduce the years a bit. So right now the edge, bolding that all up, so let's position it so well. Good. So right now what we are going to do, let's make this, cyan. Good. Make a copy of the background to the other side, delete this. So let's try and reduce this a little bit, it's too white. Then let's create line beneath that. Set it to white, then thickness to 1, make a copy to the other side. Let's go ahead and create a circle in the middle, change to white, set the outline to white, then delete this, make a copy of this to the other side. Select the other one, group it all up, center it within the circle, then you group it all up, center it within the design. Good. Go ahead and center all of this. So the next step right now is to create an object just like so. Let's go ahead and make a copy to the other side, likewise to the other side this way, then select these two, squeeze it a bit, then you go ahead and just use your shape tool, hold Ctrl K on keyboard, drag this inward to come around that, drag this inward, likewise this side, drag, then this, drag it out up, then you select the whole thing, squeeze it, then position it this way. Good. So change it to white. So what we're gonna do is right click on white, set the outline to white, then it's on F12, change the thickness to 6, hit OK, group it all up, then let's Powerclip this picture into place. Good. So let's adjust the picture, then you go ahead, can you see that, center it within the object. Let's make the top side to be a bit darker blue. Go ahead and make it darker a bit, then blend the parts, the down parts a bit, good. So let's Powerclip that into place, bring that all up. Good. So right now let's make a copy of this, change it to grayscale, then you go ahead and lengthen. Let's lengthen it all up right from here. Good. So what we are going to do now, make it bigger, then let's position it downward just like so. Center back. Good. So here we come to the end of the tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the button below subscribe, and don't forget to hit that like button so that other people can benefit from what we have shared so far. See you in the next video. Bye.